Hi, my name is Katie Hodson and I'm the Employment and HR Group Manager at SAS Daniels. I provide employment advice and assistance to business owners and employees across the UK. Many of you will be planning to head back into the office after a period of either working from home or furlough and maybe feeling quite anxious. Lots of businesses are preparing in different ways for the transition, and you may be asked to change your behaviours or the way you carry out your work. I'm going to just run through a few questions now that I've been asked by people who are preparing for that move back into the workplace. One of the main questions I get asked is, can my employer insist that I return to work? Well, government guidelines state that if you are working from home, then you should continue to do so if viable. But there are some employers who will need some staff to return to the workplace in order to keep the business going. Now, when they make those decisions, they should carry out a risk assessment. They should consider, an employee's personal circumstances, health circumstances, who they live with, how are they travelling to work, to ensure that actually that they have regard for the employee's health and safety. If after carrying out those considerations, they believe it is safe for you to return, then yes, they can insist that you return to work. One important question that comes up quite a lot is whether an employee can ask the employer to provide them with details of the risk assessment and the considerations they've thought about when asking staff to return to work. And the answer to that is yes, absolutely. I would totally encourage communication between employer and employee, and so there's no reason why they shouldn't provide you that information to reassure you that actually returning to the workplace is as safe as it can possibly be and that they are adhering to government guidelines. Okay, so let's say you return to work, but you feel unsafe. What can you do about it? Well, employers have a duty to ensure the health and safety of all employees, so the first thing you need to do is raise this with your employer immediately. You should set out in detail the areas of concern that you have to enable them to carry out an investigation and hopefully get the matter resolved. If the matter is not resolved and you still feel that coming into the workplace is putting you in danger, then you could leave and you could go home. However, you need to be aware that this could be classed as unauthorised absence by your employer and they could instigate disciplinary proceedings against you. However, Section 100 of the Employment Rights Act does provide a measure of protection for employees against dismissal for absence whereby they believed that they were in serious and imminent danger. But to be clear, this should not be used lightly or in circumstances where you may feel a little bit nervous about being in the workplace, as we all would do. The question is whether you reasonably believed that attending the workplace would put you in danger. The key thing is if you feel you have no other option but to leave, you should communicate this to your employer straight away, set out very clearly the basis on which you are leaving and enter into correspondence or discussions with them to get this matter resolved. If you feel that they are still not listening and they are not putting in place the measures that they should do, one other option is to contact the HSE to enable them to look into it. Okay, so what about employees with health conditions? Can they go back to the workplace? Well, the government guidelines set out two types of vulnerable people. Those who are clinically vulnerable and those who are clinically extremely vulnerable. Now, the latter category should have received a letter from their doctor requiring them to shield, so they will not be returning to the workplace for that 12-week period and can continue to work from home if needed. Those who are just clinically vulnerable won't have had such a letter and actually can go out and can, if needed, return to the workplace. I hope the video has been helpful, but as always, if you require any further advice or assistance, please don't hesitate to contact myself or a member of our team on the contact numbers that should be below. Thank you.